aggressively trying to cover up.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Against the Ropes. We are back. I'm Ryan Garcia. I'm alongside Christian Mosquera for episode number 86.
86.
That's right.
Quarantine.
And we got a few special guests on the set.
Hey.
Right, we got a few special guests here. Let's start off with the man, right? Everybody's looking around. Everyone's looking around. Let's start off with the soon-to-be pro, all right? Touted prospect, Mr. Ryan Garcia. Welcome. Welcome to the show, Mr. Allen. Let me hit you with the proper clap. Let me hit you with the proper clap.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
All right, and then we have to his left, Mr. Andy Aguilar. And of course, if you guys have watched our show, you guys are probably very familiar with her, all right? Ms. Gloria Mosquera. Welcome. All right, and we are live, man, for the YouTube audience. Let us know who's here. Check in. We have 3 guests, all right? Man, how you guys doing today?
Doing great.
Good.
Great.
Everything good? You guys are living the life, huh?
Quarantined, yeah.
Quarantine life.
Living the best quarantine we can.
Yeah, so how have you guys, for the people that are barely seeing you guys, how has quarantine life been for you guys the last couple months? What have you guys been up to?
We've actually been, we've still managed to do strength and conditioning with my coach, Andy. We're still going to the gym. We were actually in Mexico for the past month. We just recently came back from Mexico. We were up there training, you know, doing everything we could. We didn't let this quarantine throw us off our mojo, so
Yeah, there you go.
we're doing pretty good so far.
You guys get some good sparring out there?
Yeah. Well, we did some good sparring out there. We learned, we took in as much knowledge as we could. You know, for me personally, I took in as much knowledge as I possibly could. I learned as much as I could, and I came back and brought it back to the United States.
So what took you guys to Mexico?
The corona. No, well, we started off really good here, and we were here for 10 days or 2 weeks. I brought Alan from Kansas, and we started training him with Andy here. About 4 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, about a month, yeah.
Yes, about a month.
And we started getting the results we wanted, and we slowly started seeing everything shut down on us, and all the doors were closing up on us. And sat down with my team, and which is Andy, my partner here, and as most of you know, my daughter is in Mexico. She's currently in Mexico right now, training out there, just staying in shape and taking a little break. And I asked Andy, I said, look, you know, I have my daughter out there, and this is getting pretty scary out here, and it's pretty tight for us, and I need to continue training this kid here and just keep moving forward. And he suggested that we both go to Mexico, so we could all reunite with my daughter Roxy and Alan, and he made the right choice, the right decision for us.
So how did you guys start working together, G and Alan?
We actually, I've been friends with Roxy for a very long time, and back in a whole year ago in Reno, we pretended that it was Roxy's birthday at Johnny Rockets after we all won the tournament. Yeah, we pretended it was her birthday, and I told someone to tell her that we were pretending it was my birthday, and so she's all clapping, you know, she's all having a good time, thinking they were pranking me, and then they brought the little shake with the candles in it to her, and she looked all confused, and then so that's when when we've always known of each other, but that's when like we first really talked. And then in December after the nationals, we communicated for a little bit. We talked for I'd say over an hour. Yeah, we talked about an hour, and you know, I was stuck with going pro. I wasn't taking no for an answer, and I was just telling her you know, I was just explaining the way I think, why I wanted to go pro, what my plans were and everything. And then
I begged him not to do it.
yeah, she constantly begged me not to turn pro, but but I was just done with USA Boxing and joining. You know, like I was ready to move on to something bigger.
How old are you
And
right now?
I'm 17 years old.
17.
Yeah, I
Wow.
just turned 17.
That week.
And yeah, I just turned 17. Um, so yeah, you know, she was reachable for me. Like I was keeping in contact with her, and promotions reached out to me, and I told her who the promotion was and who was reaching out to me, and she was like, "We're bringing you to California," and so here I am in California, and we're doing good. I've learned a lot. I've changed my style up quite a bit. Um, well, I say I have succeeded in making a name for myself. I just at the age that I am, and for not even having a pro fight, I say I've done pretty well for just coming to Los Angeles.
Nice.
So, but yeah, she could tell you a little more on how we started working together from her side on her input.
Let's take it back a little bit. Where did the love of boxing? Where did boxing first start for you? At what age?
The love of boxing first started for me when, yeah, I was 7 years old, and I was always fighting at the park against this bully. Like I was always fighting with them. I lived like literally right next door, and this bully, man, he would not stop. And so I started fighting. I would tell my dad, "Hey, you know, this kid's picking on me, so and so," and he'd be like, "Go handle your business." Go handle my business. Came back, and then he tried to fight my brother one time, and then my brother was about to get down with them, and I ended up stepping in and fighting again. You know, little kids fighting at the park. And my dad asked us, like, "You guys want to join boxing?" We're like, "Yeah." Well, he took us to the local Alco. Went to go shop for some sweats and stuff. We went to the boxing gym. And the very first bag I touched was the speeder. Like, boom, boom, boom. And I was like, I like this. And I sparred the first week I got there. I sparred a kid that was at least a good 50 pounds heavier than me. And he was like going in there, pushing me, throwing me everywhere, and hitting me, and I was hitting him back. And my dad asked us, he was like, "You guys want to keep doing this?" I was like, "Oh yeah."
So, some of the stories we hear, we hear that people don't go into sparring right away. They take their time, they practice, and you just jump right into it.
Oh man, yeah, we were training out of a little shed. We were training out of a shed, so you know, I grew up in Kansas. It was like
Kansas
dog
City
roads
or
in there.
Kansas
No,
State?
no, I'm from Southwest Kansas. I'm like the whole opposite side of from where Kansas City is. I'm from like the dirt.
Okay.
Well, yeah,
The,
that's what we
the
call
cows don't even know where it's
it.
at.
Yeah, yeah. You. I'm gonna put it this way. I know I'm home when I smell the cows. So.
Where are your parents from?
My parents, my mom is from Mexico and my dad is from the United States. My dad's lived everywhere as a kid. He's lived in Kansas, he's lived in Texas, he's always moved back and forward. But my parents they're not together. My mom lives an hour from where my dad lives, and my dad always had custody of us just because we liked living there better and we were used to our lives being there. And so yeah, but like I'm not like them. I don't have like 4 generations of fighting in my family. You know, all I got is my dad, and he was a bouncer, so that must be where I get the fighting from. I don't know.
Now, I think I heard that you were from close to the region of Brandon Rios and Victor Ortiz.
Yes. Actually, they live where my mom lives,
Oh wow.
or they're from where my mom lives, and it's a good hour from where I'm from. I'm personally friends with Brandon's dad. We've gone over there to spar. We've gone over there to work out when we didn't have a gym,
Yeah.
and so yeah, we knew them. We know them pretty well. We grew up all boxing together. I was a little youngin. They were already stepping into the pros.
So before we get into the next question, we have Sean Fitzgerald from Just Boxing says hello to G and Andy. So he's, and then we have Serena Cisneros. Hey Alan, love you, primo.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
that's,
shout out.
shout out to all my family that still supports me. You know, there's
Yeah.
nothing better than getting support from your family.
I'm gonna put you on the spot right here. In a fight, who would you take, Brandon Rios or Victor Ortiz?
Oh man, that fight I've been asked that quite a lot. Personally, I would have to go with Victor Ortiz because don't get me wrong, they're both very, very good fighters. They both made their mark in boxing, and but I think that Victor's still, he still got his foot in the door. He's still in there. He's still ready to work. Brandon Rios, he's got a lot of heart. I say Brandon Rios has a lot of heart, and Victor has a lot of knowledge and experience. So with that fight going, I'd have to choose Victor. I mean, we always hoped that fight would happen, but it never came down to it. But if it had to come down to it, I would choose my pick on Victor.
I think most people at first were leaning toward Victor, right?
I think so.
And then the tides kind of turned eventually, for whatever reasons. But yeah. So back to Mexico. I'm gonna go ahead and put some graphics here on your screen. You guys are doing some training videos at the beach.
Yes.
Yeah.
yes.
How was that?
How was it? I mean,
It was
I
hot.
just took it there.
Put it that way, it was hot and it was
Colima,
salty.
right?
It was Colima,
Yeah,
yeah. We went
Colima.
to Manzanillo. So everything is closed there, and everyone's, very cautious about the virus thing going on. And every little city we went to, or pueblo we went to, they had to take our temperature, give us sanitizer, ask us questions, and they weren't really letting any newcomers in their little area, their little pueblos and stuff. And but we managed to get to Manzanillo. They were doing a story on us over there in Mexico. So we were with some reporters and stuff. So they got us like a whole hotel to ourselves. And we had a suite.
Yeah,
on
whole
the-
suite.
The owner was extremely nice. I mean, he loved us. And
Yeah,
his
they're
wife,
very generous
his
people.
kid. What's it called? The La Hotelito. Anybody ever goes to Manzanillo, let them know we sent you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anel, his name was right there.
Yeah, they were very welcoming and
They were just happy to have life there in the hotel.
yeah, no kidding. Like you
Yeah.
can tell this quarantine did a toll on many people.
Yeah, and they were just excited to have us there, and then they were excited to have a boxers, my daughter and Alan, there. They pretty much catered to us there. So we didn't have a gym there, so the living room was big enough. We were on the ocean, so why not? So we just did it, and it was cooler in there because it was really hot outside.
We have you right here on the screen doing this with boxing with
Lan,
we were in the comments. They're like, okay, we see you guys' speed, but we're like, oh, the trainer has speed too.
Yeah.
So it's in boxing again, it's more of a male dominated, but it's nice to see this. What do you we see the comments too, and a lot of people also say like, oh, a woman trainer, female trainer. How is it for you? Like, what kind of comments do people tell you when you
Yeah,
ask about?
no, I've seen that a lot too. I'm gonna put it one way, and I know I'm gonna get asked in the future. Once I get my hand raised multiple times. I don't care about the gender. I don't care if you're a male or female. Don't ask me what it's like having a female trainer. Ask me about their experience. Ask me about what they're teaching me. Ask me about what's their knowledge, because I see females. I've seen females box. They can easily beat up boys I know. Some Roxy could beat up a lot of guys I know. So I know we're going to change the game. We're definitely going to change the game. They're gonna be like, male boxer, female coach. People are gonna look at that. Everybody likes to think that male coaches. That it's obvious that's where it's at. But I'll tell you what, people. They see how good I am after we spar and stuff, and they're like, their trainer's legit. They see us working mitts, they're like, dang, that trainer's legit. So I know we're gonna make a mark, we're gonna make history, and it's just all a matter of time. But
All right, we have some more shout outs here. We have some shout outs from Marisol Partida. Helen, miss you. Aiden is watching you right now.
what's up?
We have Damien Don Juan watching from Kansas, bro. It's all love. We have Derek on the check-in. Jesse Neve, next champion. Hey,
wanna
one
thank
thing we
everyone
can
for
say already, he's bringing in the fans. Right?
I should give a follow.
Yeah, it's all about support.
Earlier you mentioned that you had another style. You changed your style a little bit. What is something that you guys as trainers and your Miss Gloria that you guys have seen that you guys have added to this game in terms of style, in terms of being a more efficient style?
The boxing, or like transitioning into like different strength or speed, or
Either or.
well, I'll take care of the boxing side, and you can take care of the strength and conditioning and the physical work. So boxing, I mean, he was very good amateur. As an amateur, I've seen him throughout the years. Didn't really much pay attention, you know, because I always had Roxy in my fighters. I always ran into him, and always, you know, Roxy's like, look, Mom, my friend, look, he's going to fight. I would sit there and watch the fight. Oh, okay, good, he won, you know, okay. But when he decided to go pro, and like I said, after telling him no for months, I think I told him, no, don't turn pro, just wait, you know. For certain reasons, it happened, and he's here. I worked on him. I saw videos of him, and I seen his style. Of course, amateur is different from the pros. It is boxing, but just the experience I have, you know, in amateur and the pros is like the pros. You shorten up your punches. You're always behind your jab. Counter the body shots. Break your waist. Coming in balance, perfect balance. Speed is important too. Knowing when and when not to punch with a dangerous fighter or a fighter that you can, you know, get hurt from, and just things like that. Focus, confidence, shortening up your punches. I think I said that. Working mitt work, working combinations we're actually gonna throw in a fight. You know, working mitts is cool and all the fast work, and I enjoy watching it. The kids enjoy doing it, but also too, you got to remember you have to teach them certain things, and also always in his ear telling him, train like you're going to fight. Do not get lazy. So he understands that, and he understands pressures on him. People are watching us, you know, and they're really watching us because, again, I'm a female and he's male. But I think I know pretty much a lot of people in every gym we walk into. They're just curious to see, because they always seen us with world champions and walking in the gyms, and then my daughter, and we always had great fighters, multiple national champions, and so they see this young kid and they think he's amateur, or they think he's a man. I said, no, he's only 17. Oh, they're already, everyone's throwing headgears on cups because they want to spar him. I'm like, no, he's only 17. And so that's my part, and just educating him and talking to him as much as possible, showing him old fights, showing him different styles, just working on everything I can. Try not to put too much into him because he's a kid still, a young man. He's learning. I just don't want to feed him the whole stage, just little here, little there, little. Don't want to confuse him and overwhelm him. Then I got this amazing man right here, Andy, just turned this boy into a man. So overnight, I was like, what? I saw the picture. I think you guys saw the pictures. 4-week challenge, and it was just a whole different kid. You know, it wasn't a kid anymore. And then he grew that thing, so we're confusing the crap out of people now. You know, so.
Yeah, we're gonna get into Andy in a little bit because we're talking about training and working. We saw you doing some work with Ryan Garcia, right?
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah, we actually go down to San Diego. We don't always just go down to work, you know. Mama G is good friends with Lisa and Henry, which are Ryan's parents. And sometimes we just go down, you know, just to kick it. Sometimes go talk business, or just to go down for the fun of it. But yeah, I've sparred Ryan a few times.
You took some body shots, apparently.
Yeah, right? I did the body shot challenge. I'll tell you what, Jim Shark needs to work on those body shots.
More padding.
Everything.
They're not Ryan proof.
No, yeah, they're definitely not Ryan. They're not left hook proof. He was, man, I felt him when he was throwing them. But I told him the very next day, I was like, man, this side's sore. And I was like, I looked back to it, I was like, that's right. That's exactly what he was hitting me.
I always see why he planted his last corner right now.
Yeah, he stepped up. But yeah, the kid is amazing, strong, amazing. Don't sleep on that kid.
You guys also spar, because I saw some pictures of you guys at the gym.
Yeah, well, we sparred a few times. It's obviously he's not in there trying to knock me out. He's a really good guy. He's in there. He's trying to teach me. You know, even when he catches me with the shot, he's like, he'll throw it again, just to see how I react with it. But it is good work. You know, I do appreciate getting next level work, because it's different when you're sparring. Not downgrading nobody, but it's different when you're sparring like just other people at the gym compared to when you're sparring, you know, world champions, world class fighters. And so I'm very grateful to be able to go in there and work with the people that I do. Like I've also sparred Chon Cepeda, you know, so
Bringing him with the big dogs.
Yeah.
The
So
big boys.
you know, I'm very thankful to go in there and work with the people that I do work with.
With Ryan, what's one thing that people would be surprised about? You know, a lot of people criticized and say, "Oh, he's a model. Oh, he can't fight. This and that." But what's one thing that you personally learned? Just being around him or training with him.
He is also fast with 14-ounce gloves on. I'm gonna put that out there real quick. He has a magnificent left hand. He knows how to throw it. He knows how to box. We were sparring. We were at this gym in San Diego where it was just glass. People were walking by and we're in there sparring, and I was, and Ryan had his back turned to the glass, and I was right there. I was moving, and I see all these people start showing up and recording, taking pictures, and we're all just looking like, what the heck? And then
you thought they were there for you, huh?
Yeah, nah. They started shooing everyone away. They're like, no, and the people are like, nah, y'all gotta go. But yeah, he is fast, and he does hit hard. Like she said, don't sleep on him because he's on his way up, and he's on his way up fast.
You mentioned that left hand. I mean, another fighter that he's compared to is Oscar de la Hoya. I'll ask this question for you, Miss Gloria, and for you, Andy. Growing up with LA, what are some differences that you guys noticed from Ryan and the Golden Boy? Because there's a lot of comparisons, right? So what's something that you guys think is different? You guys know him personally. You can answer this one too.
Of course, Ryan's a little more. He's more handsome, but no. Just the speed.
He just started like a whole beef right now.
Yeah, it's okay. I've known
YouTube,
Ryan
on
since
Twitter,
he was like 7 years old, so it's okay.
The OGs and be like, oh, Oscar's cuter.
Yeah, we did have a fighter sign with Golden Boy too. No, it's good. No, I mean, what I know out of boxing, I mean, I just say the speed, and just the way he moves. It's a different type of fighter, and his speed and his power. Of course, Oscar is great at his time, and people got to realize that these new boxers are just different. They're special. We have legends and we have great fighters that we love to see, warriors, but these boxers are just, their training is different. They have different type of training. They have different, I've seen it, I've seen wars with these old legends. They just go into wars, and now you're getting these young guys, they go into war with somebody that can punch. They're getting knocked out fast, and it's just different type of training. And do I love old school boxing? Yes, of course. I watch all the old school boxing, right? Yeah. All day, all night, I'm watching old styles. And I've taught him a couple, just different types of styles that he likes. But Oscar, I mean, he's got to give these new guys, these people got to give these new guys a chance, And yes, we love our old warriors, but it's boxing now. We're paying to see these kids.
Yeah. And I promise, Andy, we're going to get you on the mic. Trust. We're going to give you like 10 minutes because I'm excited that you're here. But before we get into that, let's read some comments. Andy Bryan, he's the next big thing, 100%. Clyde says, our boy from Comics says, women trainers shouldn't matter. And Wolf at Kirkland.
There you go. I was going to say that.
Yeah. Alan is also a good dancer. Jesse,
wait, who said that one?
Jesse Neve.
Oh my gosh, that throw me out there. I love dancing. It's in my blood,
He's a really good dancer. So his footwork is amazing in the ring. You're gonna see that. So light on his feet.
Banda or
yeah, like norteñas and guapangos, all that, man. I would go to the bailes like La Fierra and La Maquinaria, all them just to go
and he
dance.
Speaks Spanish, guys, so he's good.
He's
getting a lot of fans right now.
Yeah, you did.
Favorite artist?
Favorite artist?
Top 3 right now.
Man, I don't know. I listen to a lot of music. I listen to a lot of different genres. Like you can ask her. I'll be listening.
We're in
to
Mexico
oldies.
Listening to country music.
Yeah, like I listen to country. I listen to oldies. Like R&B, hip hop.
Roxy with the oldies and he was with the country, and then they're both with the banda. Like these guys are confused.
Yeah, most of the videos I heard banda.
Yeah. These kids are confused.
So I'm gonna choose a good 3. So for country, I like Kane Brown. I like Polo G. I like Gerardo Ortiz. So those are 3 that I listen to very, very much.
Okay, I'm gonna take good tea.
Somebody said, good dancer but singing lessons.
Oh my gosh, yeah, no. I don't think I can sing it. Austin, shout out to Austin. But yeah, no, I can't sing.
He's true.
Oh yeah. Well, so it's so how do you balance your social life? You say you like how do you balance that social life? You being 17, having to go to the gym, train. How do you balance that social life going out and stuff?
We put it out here one way. I came out here for one thing and one thing only,
Mm-hmm.
and that's to ride the road of becoming a world champion.
Okay.
I think it's great that, I mean, don't get me wrong, I have friends in LA, but I think it's great that I don't know so many people in LA. I love that I'm surrounded by superstars almost every day. Um, these are my people right here, like on my team. Those are pretty much all the friends I need, because not everyone's gonna be there for the bus ride, but everyone wants to hop on a limo ride. That's what she tells me.
Mm-hmm.
But
That's right.
nah, I'm too busy to be doing anything else. And if I do got free time, I'll head down the street, go shoot some hoops
And he
or
falls
something.
asleep on the
Or
car.
I sleep a lot. That's one
Yeah.
thing they'll tell you. I sleep a lot.
Yeah.
I sleep in
Tell him what
exotic
your
amount.
routine in Mexico was.
My routine in Mexico: wake up, we'd like
Weigh
bef-
yourself.
oh yeah, wake up,
Right.
weigh myself. We'd eat breakfast, and then we'd eat breakfast, chill for a little bit, go hit the gym, come back, eat again, sleep, wake up, go run, come back,
Watch
wa-
fights.
watch boxing, and
Eat
then
dinner.
eat dinner, go back to sleep. Maybe sometimes we'll sneak a few movies in there, but up there was just constant work. Boom, boom, boom.
So in other ways, they get you too tired to want to go out with anybody else.
Oh yeah. So don't
Yeah,
ask.
pretty much.
No one ask.
Yeah.
He's not going anywhere.
You're getting the Roxy treatment.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Right?
I told him that. I said, "You ready to come?" He's like, "Yeah." I said, "Okay, look it. I'm not going to treat you any different than Roxy. You're gonna live Roxy's life right now." And how was it?
I
survived.
Yeah. Nah, I'm doing good. I'm hanging out with my peoples. These are my peoples. So I'm chilling. As long as I get to sleep, I'll forever be good.
Yeah, you're good. I always bring up this story. When we went over to Robert Garcia's gym, we met Virgil, and he's not allowed to date. There's Virgil Ortiz, Jr. There's like a spoken rule. Him and his dad have an agreement that he's not gonna date. Like anytime soon, it's just all tunnel vision, like boxing.
That's
We're like,
not
okay. And we asked him
Poor
like,
guy.
is this true? He's like, yeah. I'm like, I'm not interested in dating right now. Like, I'm just focused. That's it. So,
That's a good rule. I respect that. That's I had something like that with my old trainer. He just didn't want to see me lose focus on my goal. They'll tell you though, I'm not interested in all
My
that.
number one rule is what? No girls at the gym.
Yeah,
Okay.
no girls in the gym. Never bring a
Okay.
girl to the
Never
gym.
bring a girl to the gym.
Yeah, or to strength and conditioning. None of that. And
No.
I told him, I was like, yeah, I won't have to worry about that because I'm just focused on boxing.
nice. Any more?
All right, let's see some comments here. All right, what are the people saying? Hi, Alan. This is Aiden, and they're
Oh,
coming
what's
in.
up,
They're coming in
Aiden?
from all over the place, man. Kansas in the house, man. How's LA though? How's LA treating you?
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it like way different than what you expected, or?
Actually, yeah, it was. I thought LA was just like a big city in general. That there was cause when you look up LA, you don't see pictures of Burbank or San Fernando or like
South
or
Central.
or South Central. Like all you see is pictures of the buildings, and so I wasn't expecting it to be this big. And I knew there was a lot of raw talent out here. Like, don't get me wrong, we know a lot of good boxers out here. But, we came out here, and I was like, dang, this traffic. The traffic is what took me out, because I come from a place, Ulysses, Kansas, population like 6,000. Man,
No
it's...
traffic lights.
No. We don't even got highways in the town, in my town. All we got is just roads. Speed limit 30, 35. But... yeah, LA's treating me well. I got the right people with me. I got the right team, and so like I said, it's been nothing but all gas, no brakes. So we've just been working. But yeah, LA's treating me well so far, especially the food.
What's your favorite? Esquite, right?
I know
love
the
corn.
famous food. It's true, right?
Yeah,
it's true. She can cook.
Man, you guys got no idea. I was losing weight eating 4 times a day. Like I didn't miss a meal
Wow.
in Mexico, even before sparring. Like even if we had to make something real quick, boom, 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 ready to go out the door. No, yeah, she can cook. She can definitely cook, and you know, a lot of people don't realize, but I'm blessed to have a chef and a trainer in one.
And a mom, that's so.
Yeah,
No, going
I'm
out.
chiflado a
No.
little bit. Like she spoils me a little bit with food.
Yeah, it was crazy because we had a interview with El Bandido Vargas,
Oh, yeah.
right? And we said
We
que
spoke to him out there, right?
Yeah.
le mandaste saludos.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, oh yeah, she can cook. She can cook." So it's true.
Mhm.
It's true.
The rules
They're
are
not
true.
lying. It's
I've
the
been
honest
told.
truth. She can really cook. She'll make anything out of scratch. Like
Roxy said I can make a, what did she say? You can make my mom can make a buffet out of a loaf of bread.
oh yeah, she can make a buffet out of a loaf of bread. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
she can cook definitely. And
Yeah.
and it's not like she just cooks whatever. Like she'll cook what my body needs. So like she'll make vegetables taste good. And you know, like I had broccoli today. I like broccoli, but she made me like broccoli a little more. But
That's
yeah.
such a special
What
kind
about
of
Roxy? Does she like broccoli?
Oh my
I
She
saw the
got-
video.
She can't stand broccoli. She used to call them trees and pick up.
Trees?
Okay, true story. Went to Coco's, and everyone was making weight, and all the fighters were just like they didn't want to eat broccoli or any vegetables. And I think she was about 4 years old, and my oldest daughter was making weight as well. And she just went to everybody's plate and just started grabbing all the broccoli. She says, "I want your trees. I want your trees." She just. So we were walking, and this old lady and old man was sitting down. They were eating, and she sees the broccoli and picks the broccoli off the lady's plate and says, "Thank you."
When she watches it, she's gonna be like, Mom.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. Roxy knows.
Burns mom.
She was
I think this
amazing.
would be a good time to call her, right?
Yeah, let's call her. Let's do that. Do you want to call her? Do I call her?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and give her a call.
All right, and then we'll get into Andy in a little bit.
All the way to
Here
Mexico.
we go. Spitfire questions.
You're gonna make the call, Alan?
Yeah.
All right, G. Let me ask you a little bit about his amateur background. You know, I think it's more fitting for you. Some people feel weird talking about themselves and bragging about their accomplishments. You know? So, what can you say about his amateur background?
What I know, and I know he has, quite a few fights. Like I said, I've seen him fight about maybe 6 times throughout the years, and I was surprised, to see the way like he was easy. He's so easy to train. He's teachable, So I knew he had an outstanding amateur background. Kind of went off of Roxy's word. She told me, "Mommy, please, this kid is good. He wants to come, and he's gonna go pro." And I know he can get in the wrong hands when he comes out here if he goes pro, and give him the chance, give him the opportunity. So I started asking him about his amateur background, which I know, he's been a champion, and like I said, there's thousands of kids I know out there. Everyone knows Roxy, and because they know Roxy, they know me. And everybody calls me Mama G. So I don't pay attention to everybody's, but I knew he was special. I knew he was special. I seen a couple of knockouts he had, or dropping kids, and I said, "Holy crap, this kid's strong and fast. He's got the whole package. Good-looking kid, grounded. So yeah."
Hello.
Hi, Roxy.
You
You're
are
alive.
live on the show.
Hi everyone.
Hello. How's it going over there?
It's good. It's 11 o'clock night.
Almost time for bed, huh?
Monday. Excuse me.
Oh, we're doing this in Spanish, right?
Oh, yeah, in
We're
Español.
doing this in Spanish?
Entrevista en español. Roxy.
I can't hear you guys. Are a little far from the phone.
Can you hear us? Can you hear us now?
Yes.
All right. Extrañas a tu mamá y a tu nuevo hermano.
Sí, mucho, mucho a mi mamá. Mi hermana.
All right. So, you guys have been training out there, right?
In Español.
Yes.
On español.
Throughout quarantine, yes, I have been training here. We have a private gym, Pacheco Boxing Gym, and we have been training privately there. Like it's because the gym is closed because there's quarantine until I believe May 30th, and I've been able to get my workout in.
Okay. So, we heard the true rumors that you put hands on Sean and Ryan Garcia, right? put you on the
Where
spot
did you
here.
hear that from?
Refer to episode 50. All right, I'm gonna put you on the spot here. What about Alan? You guys play around a little bit?
He doesn't want the work.
Oh.
Someone almost got knocked out with a headbutt.
Hey, we don't speak of that day.
Yeah, no, I've thrown on a headgear, let Roxy throw some punches.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
But yeah,
Let
tell you
Roxy
what.
throw some punches. You know, you got hit a couple times.
Indeed.
So, Roxy, ¿cómo te la estás pasando allá en México, en Colima?
Muy bien, disfrutando.
¿Qué has aprendido al estar allá entre tus sesiones de sparring? ¿Qué has aprendido de ti misma?
No puedo escuchar mucho. Estás lejos.
Okay, ¿qué has aprendido allá de las sesiones de sparring que has hecho allá en México?
Muy diferente. Un estilo de boxeo es muy diferente aquí. Como son peleadores que como tira y yo soy como estilo americana y pues es bueno porque yo estoy aprendiendo cosas diferentes como estilos diferentes y es bueno pero como yo estoy practicando como yo practico en Estados también.
¿Son más fuertes las de allá o las de acá?
Allá, aquí.
Entonces pegan más duro, tienen más resistencia o
Sí, como más corazón.
Más colmillo.
más conmigo. Okay. ¿Hay algunos nombres que quieres mencionar que hiciste sparring allá o?
Pues no hay nadie, pero Pacheco.
Okay.
He's been keeping the gym open for us, and he's actually a professional boxer as well. And he's been helping us out with being able to train.
Okay.
What's your favorite part about Mexico so far?
The weather.
La comida.
La comida.
La comida.
La playa.
La playa.
Have you been able to sneak in some cheap meals?
Say no.
Definitely.
Like no.
Let me turn this on you now. If you had to ask any of the three here, your mom, Alan, or Aguilar right here, Andy Aguilar, a question, you have the floor. Ask them anything you want. You're doing the interview now.
How is quarantine affecting your guys' training resume and as well as your podcast? How is that affecting you guys with being able to be together and interview people as well? Are you guys on pause?
Very good question. Yeah, actually, this is the first time we have guests. We set up a little home studio here. Our studio is closed until further notice, so gotta kind of improvise. But yeah, it's definitely affected us. But I'm pretty sure everybody in the fight game has been more affected than us. I don't know. I'm glad to see that you guys here are able to kind of tweak things and make it work. But yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate, but if you adapt, you win. That's one of my favorite quotes. So.
Yeah, just to piggyback off of what Gio said, yeah, we just have to, again, improvise. Again, we are filming from our own homes. Gio's had to, do a lot of tech-savvy things that I do not get involved with. It's all Gio. But, yeah, I mean, it's we just have to adapt. And, I know this is going to pass. I know we can't wait to get back to the studio and have you guys back on and you, Roxy, and then other fighters and just talk about how this has, molded you guys and made you grow as not just as fighters but as people. So yeah.
That's good.
How does it feel that Alan is younger than you? Right, you're the young one in the stable, and now Alan has you beat by a year, right?
I feel glad I'm older.
More experience.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. Especially around the pro game as well.
Especially around the program.
All right, we're gonna give Alan turn now to be the person doing the interview. If you were a reporter, right, and you had Roxy in front of you, what question would you ask her?
Did you run today?
No,
No, I'm kidding. Let's see. How has the quarantine in Mexico affected your training?
He's a random reporter.
He's a random.
Random
Yeah,
reporter.
he's a reporter right now.
He's not Alan right now.
I didn't let them fill the quarantine. We just kept working. I rented a gym. Let's go. Answer the question, Roxy.
Oh, I'm sorry, you're talking. So it has affected me a lot because I really had this big plan to. I had a big plan of like the way I wanted everything to be, with like my weight. Like for example, my sparring. I wanted to lose weight. I wanted to do different things. With my training, try running different places, explore Colima, as well as corriendo en diferentes lugares, and I just feel it affected me a lot because it just got me. I just got stuck. Like I was on a roll and I got stuck.
Wow.
The reporter is impressed by the answer. Good job. All right, last question for me. How has this affected your outlook? Just this year and being out there in Mexico for so long. How has this affected your outlook in general, or for your future boxing career?
I think I need a refund on 2020, but it's affected me a lot. Like I realized, like any moment, everything could just go down the drain, and I think that with everything happening, like with the boxing, I feel like it's gonna make a lot of people. I mean, if you want it, you're gonna go get it. But I just feel like a lot of boxers don't have the same resources as like us, for example, with Andy. Being able to accommodate us at home, or this gym over here, like it's private, it's able to accommodate me. But for some other boxers, it is very difficult because they go to gyms that are public or with the city, and they're not getting the same workouts. Some people are more afraid than others and don't want to, like, for example, coaches are older as well, and it's harder. If they did catch it, it would be dangerous. So, and I feel like a lot of people are not going to be the same in the first couple tournaments due to the fact that they had almost a whole year of not being able to work out properly.
Very true. Last question, Chris, before we let Roxy go.
Okay, last question. This is the last question, Roxy, before we let you go. What is something overall that you've learned from yourself just being out there in general? Maybe something that you didn't know before.
Something I didn't know before.
If anything.
The word acostado. No, I think the cities I'm in, like, it's modern here, and there's like, a lot of younger people. I don't know, like it was just the culture as well.
Okay.
Great. Any last words for you guys toward Roxy before we let her go? Mom, Alan, Andy?
Andy, coach.
How you feeling out there, though, Roxy? Training okay?
Yes. I just got a little sick for a little bit. Not corona. Stomach problems. But I'm getting better.
Okay, that's good. Just keep doing it, Roxy. We all are.
Thank you.
Okay, so my question to you is how much do you miss me? And you miss my training and my food and my cooking and doing everything for you.
I do miss you, like, cause like I always think like, dang, like it's not the same, like. I mean, I'm the type of person that I love traveling and I like being away from home at times, and like, I miss my family, my friends, but at the same time, like, how do I explain it? You know what I mean, Mom? Like, I can just like think go and then like
Independence.
I don't feel. I'm not the very sentimental person, I guess you can say.
She learned that from me.
All right, Roxy, thanks a lot for joining us once again. Hope you're staying safe out there. And un mensaje para toda la gente de aquí, de los Estados Unidos que está sintonizando.
Gracias por tu apoyo. And I want to thank everyone also. I want to thank everyone for helping me out and supporting me. Y gracias por todo. Así. Like, thank you for everything.
All right. Thank you very much, Roxy.
Love you. Bye.
Bye. Bye, Roxy.
Bye.
Viva Mexico.
It's like, Brian, that's how you do it.
That was Right Hook Roxy. You guys have tuned into our show. She's been on twice, right? bright career for Roxy. Real quickly, I'm gonna do some rapid fire questions for you, Alan. All right. Series of questions here. You just answer the first thing that pops into your mind. It's gonna be
Okay.
either or, so I'm gonna give you two options and just go ahead and answer. Okay. You ready? There is no right or wrong answer. All right.
Okay.
But you gotta be careful with your answers.
All right.
All right. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Winter or summer?
Summer.
Cardio or weights?
Cardio.
Netflix or YouTube?
Netflix.
Breaking Bad or Game of Thrones?
Breaking Bad.
That's the correct answer. Good job. Money or fame? Time's up.
Yeah, that was a very tough one. That one got me. Yeah.
Trick question.
Money or fame?
Jesus.
All right. Skip that one. All right. J Balvin or Bad Bunny?
Balvin.
Tacos or tamales?
Tacos.
Hot chocolate or coffee?
Hot chocolate.
Mike Tyson or Muhammad Ali?
Mike Tyson.
Like Mike Tyson's still alive.
Yeah, I saw him doing mitts the other day.
R.I.P. to the greatest, but Mama G knows I listen to a lot of Mike Tyson speeches. He's
He's the best, man.
mental warfare.
Definitely. All right, next question. Pool or beach?
Pool.
Norteñas o corridos?
Corridos.
Would you rather play sports or watch them on TV?
Play sports.
Julio Cesar Chavez or Oscar de la Hoya?
Julio Cesar Chavez.
All right. Last few. Nachos or popcorn?
Nachos.
Nike or Adidas?
Nike.
Marco Antonio Barrera or Eric Morales?
Morales.
All right, last one. Favorite fighter of all time?
Oh man, favorite fighter of all time. That's a very, very tough one. That is a very, very tough one.
You can take your time with this
He
one.
could be
It's the last
alive
one.
still. so-
Nah.
Yeah,
Well, I got a lot of favorites, but I'm gonna have to pick one. I'd say Mike Tyson, just because of all the adversities he's faced, and he's not one of those guys that have lost control. I mean, he's lost control obviously, but he got his life set now. He's a father. He's living his life like any other retired professional boxer would. So definitely Mike Tyson.
That's very good. You only got one question wrong. I'm just kidding. I'm
I
kidding.
feel like that was kind of like Family Feud, or like I think he answered most of them pretty well. So
Yeah, they're pretty good. What do you think about Mike Tyson and his new videos?
I feel bad for his trainer's hands, honestly. Like, I think he can make a good couple fights. He can make a comeback, fight a few fights. I think he'd take on Tyson Fury. Everybody's wanted to see that fight. I think that'd be a good fight. Or him and Holyfield back again.
Yeah.
That'd be a very good fight. But I think he looks vicious. He's obviously still in great shape. He ain't
Still
forget how to throw a
dangerous.
punch. He's still dangerous. He's still Iron Mike.
All right, we have some comments here from YouTube. Javier Vasquez, that's my dude. Wish you nothing but the best. Kansas strong. Nice. Carol Bañuelos, saludos primo Alan desde Denver, Colorado. All right, someone said money on that question.
Money.
Clyde says Morales. All right. Damon says Ryan Garcia versus Alan Garcia in the future.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
secure the bag.
Already starting some beef there. In the
That's my guy. That's my dude right there. But the only way I can respond to that is that you never know what the future holds. But I'm doing the best that I can with the situations that I'm in. So there's a lot of fights, a lot of great fighters out there that people aren't gonna expect me to fight, but I will fight. And we're obviously gonna do our best to come out victorious. So.
What weight do you want to fight at when you turn pro?
I'm going to debut at 130.
130.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then I'm pretty sure I'm going to grow some more. So eventually hit 35, 40, then 47, then probably be stuck there around 147.
What do you think about all these guys nowadays calling out Ryan? Twitter or Instagram or see all these fighters nowadays in quarantine.
Some people want the, and we know people, you know, locally that they're just calling out Ryan for the paycheck. I think some of these people are talking out of their, like, they're not being realistic. But yeah, you know, it all comes down to either money or who has the guts. But yeah, I don't know. I see Ryan taking out a lot of these people that are coming at him crazy. So I don't know. We'll just see what the future holds. But me personally, I know he's got a good left hand, and not a lot of people tasted it. But I don't know. We'll see what the future holds.
Of these four names, right now, current, who do you think is the best at their division? Haney, Teofimo, Tank, and Ryan. What do you think of those four right now at this moment is the best?
I think Ryan can edge it out with all of them. Either he's knocking them out or he's beating them by decision. But I don't know. Everybody wants to see the Tank versus Ryan Garcia fight, and I want to see it too. So I think those two are the ones that are up there. But I see Ryan coming out victorious.
Okay.
They're both dangerous fighters. So
And like we mentioned earlier, I think you're always big on Ryan. Right? I remember last time you guys were on the show, you mentioned that you put money on Ryan, right? And you won money.
Oh,
And he's been knocking people out, right? Even though a lot of people don't believe, but
Oh,
you guys have witnessed it firsthand, the way he trains, the way.
This kid yesterday, or day before yesterday, witnessed me schooling somebody in boxing about what boxing's about. Because right off the bat, he was just like, oh, and I'll say to Rick, he hasn't fought anyone. I said, look, let me tell you something. There's only one thing you're going to have to know, and it matters. He's knocking him out with one punch. Oh, but he hasn't fought anyone. I say, you kidding me? He fought the same people at Tank and what's his name? Fought Farmer. What's his name?
Farmer, Kevin
Yeah.
Farmer.
Taking him to deep waters, and he's knocking him out in the first round. What does that tell you? He stayed quiet. Oh, but this and that. I said, this is the problem. You know, we have to back our up and comers. Like, you know, it's okay for. I told him what's his name? Gervonta Davis fought Gamboa. Being already a multi-world champion, multi-world champion, like a few divisions, right? A few bouts.
Yeah.
It was okay for him to fight Gamboa. And because this thing came out about Abner Martis and Ryan. I said, Abner's still a dangerous guy. Why not? Why not give him the chance? You know, I understand. You kind of almost feel bad, like he's calling out, but you can't, you know, look at it like that. When other people they're understanding the business, and they need that big name. Do I agree with it? Let me get there, and then I'll let you know.
All right, some questions here. Question from Clyde from Comics Fit. Would you choose the best fighter available or the best fighter that fits your style?
We want the best fight.
Best fight.
Yeah. You don't gotta. We're gonna adjust. So, not to fit my style. You know what he said. What was the first one he said?
The best fight.
The best fight. Yeah.
Best fight available.
Yeah, best fight available right there. Cause you can hit me with anything. Me and my team are gonna adapt. We're gonna adjust. Like you said earlier, if you can't, or if you adapt, you win.
There you go.
Exactly. There you go. So.
And then we got a question from Sean. Will G train me for my fight against Gio? So we're supposed to do a charity fight. And he's trying to recruit you now, which I'm not going to let you do, Sean, on my own show, all right? You want to contact her, do it on your own free time.
He's like, I'm hearing offers.
All right, Chris. You wanna bring Andy?
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause we have a lot of questions for Andy. If you could just slide the mic, please, Alan.
So we were talking about how, you know, old school fighters and how we we have them up in a pedestal.
By the way, Clyde liked that answer.
Nice.
He said that's a champion answer. Champ answer.
But we understand this is a new age. You know, strength conditioning is so important, very important now to last, to be efficient. We have here one of the, in my opinion, one of the best in the game because we keep hearing your name. Even before we met you, we kept hearing your name. We're like, okay, so who's this? This Andy Aguilar. So we're gonna bring you in, Mr. Andy Aguilar, and I'm gonna ask you some questions about what you brought to Alan and tell us more about strength and conditioning, why it's important, how it's important now in this day and age.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm with old school training, especially with the old school boxers. Like nothing was wrong with that. It was absolutely right because
You know
we're
what?
looking.
Just to cut you off,
Yeah.
I heard Julio Cesar Chavez say he would just run and hit the bag. That was his
Right.
training.
Yes. Yeah. That was exactly it. No, absolutely. We got like greats like Muhammad Ali, probably Mike Tyson too, and Roy Jones Jr. All they were doing was running and hitting the bag in just hours and hours and hours. And that's absolutely right. It's because of the fact that we're looking at a sport that's so physically demanding. We're putting a human being inside a ring that's willing to really just put it all on the line and just physically hurt somebody, and also at the same time accept the fact that they're going to take they're going to take some punishment too. But as Gloria and Alan was kind of saying too, we're evolving. The human race is evolving, and no matter what, no matter how much you like it or dislike it, every new child that's born has the potential to be even greater because we're seeing world records broken frequently. It's not like a world record holds for like 5 decades. No, it's like within like 5 years, like, oh my God, another person just like broke the record. And pretty much, yeah, Alan's an attest to that too. This guy's like a phenom in the ring and athletic ability. And he's only 17 years old. He turned 17 in January, you said? Yeah. This dude literally barely turned 17 this year. And what I've seen in his ability in the ring and also within strength and conditioning routines, it's just phenomenal. And also I'm seeing the next generation, because I have kids that I train, amateur boxers, 13, 14, 15 years old. These kids are like great. I mean, like when I was their age, I was like playing a Super Nintendo, man. I wasn't like performing what they were performing. They're doing like jumps, triple jumps, lifting up weights, and it's just the fact that with this new generation coming along, they're coming bigger and stronger. So with that potential in their genetics, why not introduce strength and conditioning? Why not unlock that potential even higher? And this is why in boxing nowadays we're seeing like Ryan Garcia, we're seeing the Devin Haney's, this young generation, their athletic ability is higher. It's like the old school boxing community hasn't seen people like Ryan Garcia with that quick. All due respect with Oscar De La Hoya. Yes, I grew up with him. Very fast jab, and his footwork, phenomenal. But you just see Ryan Garcia in the ring, and that left hook is almost, the camera sometimes can't even pick it up. And that's the frame rate of a camera nowadays can't pick up a punch and just flans a dude. I'm like, that's some, not only obviously great skill work, but great athletic ability. So to have a strength and conditioning component added to that, and which I'm doing for Alan, that's just going to speak volumes, especially when he gets into the ring for his pro debut and continuing on to his career to world championships. This is going to display a whole new level of athleticism that my hope is that the audience will appreciate. Like, oh my gosh, this kid's a monster. And that's my mission, just to make sure like I'm unlocking potential for these next generations and current champions and current fighters, and the audience enjoys it. It's not about like, oh, the fighter feels confident and great, but it's also making sure the audience is witness of some like greatness evolving. You know?
Let me ask you this. Let's talk about how you began to do this, right? And let's talk about your branding too, because I see you guys all with the shirts.
And this is why he's the best. You hear that speech?
That was beautiful.
And we're just sitting here like,
I was practicing it outside.
it's not.
Yeah, but let's talk about a little bit how you began and the name of your brand.
How I began, I studied and achieved my bachelor's in kinesiology. I was a kickboxer back then. Had aspirations to fight professionally, championships, tore my knee, ACL reconstruction. Doctor told me I couldn't do it anymore, that I need to stop. I love my family, my mother and my father, but they even told me, it's like, you should stop, just focus on academics. I was stubborn. I didn't want to do that. Like, nope, I'm going to do this by myself then. I had my ACL reconstruction at 17 years old, and I was going into college. I'm like, I need to study something because it doesn't make sense that the NFL and the NBA have athletes that come back from injuries like this and are still playing professionally for years. So I'm like, why can't I get that opportunity too? I'm young. So I started digging deep. I just did the research by myself. The therapy back then, it was a joke. It's like, it wasn't helping me at all. Yeah, I was like, I'm still hurting. This knee is bad still. So I continued to educate myself. I rehabbed my knee by myself. And I got back into kickboxing. And I continued fighting until about 25 years old. And I retired and fully dedicated myself to strength and conditioning for the next generation. But that was the mission. From a young age, I thought it was just ridiculous that a doctor told a 17-year-old boy, hey, you're not going to be athletic anymore. Just stop and quit. That was heartbreaking to me as a 17-year-old boy. And I don't want any other young child to experience that heartbreak, especially if they have so much ahead of themselves athletically. And that's why I entered the field, because I'm like, if this happened to me, I can only imagine how many other kids has been told that.
Yeah.
So like there needs to be an opportunity. So I wanted to develop a system to create that opportunity for them.
Yeah. And when you hear stories about like, you know, athletes that they've been told this and time and time again, you can't come back, and then they get into this mode of, you know, just recovering, working hard to get back, and then they it's possible. It is possible.
Yes.
It's just when someone tells you you can't, especially back then, or, you know, you believe it and you're like, man, I can't, and then people throw it. So there is a way, there's a will, there's a way, correct?
Absolutely.
I
yeah.
brought him some, I'm not gonna say a name, but I brought someone to him. I asked them if their hand was broken. They said, no, the doctor said it was fine. He took one look at it, it's broken. He went to the hospital, the doctor, his appointment 2 days later, calls me up and says, it's broken. This man just looked at it and just said, it's broken. So I was like, wow, he's good. He heals everything.
I don't have a magic touch, guys. Please
Yes, he
don't
does.
think I am.
So why do you think that people keep coming back to you? Because I see some of the videos and it looks like it's tough. You know, a lot. I can guess that a lot of athletes would just quit. Be like, I'm gonna just go back to my old ways and do what I do. But why do you think people keep coming back to you? Because we've heard all the names and we know people who have trained with you.
Number one is the results, because I keep a very good relationship with all the fighters, and it's an open book policy to me. Just tell me the truth. If it's not working, tell me, because that's my responsibility. This is your time as a fighter dedicating to me as the coach, so I need to listen and I need to reciprocate from there. So it's the results. They really see and feel the results, especially in the ring, where it counts the most. I have fighters come to me as like, Andy, I have a conditioning issue. Okay, let's fix that conditioning issue. It's like, yeah, I've had other strength and conditioning coaches. They can't solve this puzzle. We solved the puzzle in the next fight. He went 8 rounds, wasn't gassed. I'm like, oh, I've never went past the sixth round without breathing hard, and I felt fine in the 8th. I'm like, yeah, we solved the issue. We've had fighters with injury issues, possibly prior dislocations within the shoulder, bad back, and it holds them back because of the fear. They enter the ring. It's like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna dislocate my shoulder again if I throw it out. So I'm like, okay, let's solve that issue. Let's take out that psychological weakness. We solved it. It's like, oh, my shoulder's good again. So it's definitely the results. And number 2, honestly, Gloria can attest to this too, is we keep it family related. You know, we care. And that's the biggest aspect within the team. Just care about your fighter, man. Yeah, just listen, care about them, don't ditch them. You know, I've heard a lot of horror stories. It's like, oh yeah, my coach ditched me, or my coach made me run on the treadmill for an hour, and that was the strength and conditioning component. When they expected more, and worse off, they paid them. It's like, I paid for a service, premium service, and you told me to run on a treadmill. Like, there's more. I mean, not to say treadmill running is bad. Like, you do need the cardiorespiratory, you need that aerobic base, but there's more to work on with the fighter, definitely.
So before we get on to the next questions, go ahead and plug.
Oh yes, yes. I want to thank Jive. Daniel Whitney actually is one of the founders of Jive. It is a CBD company. They are coming out with more supplements, CBD protein. This is a CBD energy gummy, has caffeine and also CBD components in it to help you relax while it gives you a boost within your workout. So yeah, check out Jive, guys. So
Amazing product, amazing product.
Yeah, I take it all the time. I actually took quite a few before we got on.
That's where that speech came from.
Kind of calm my nerves a bit.
He's one of our major sponsors.
Yeah.
He sponsors Alan. as
Really
well,
great,
so
and really great.
He's very
guy.
passionate about
Yeah, very
fighters
passionate.
and
Another question I have is, how do you learn this? Like, do you implement the methods on yourself, or do you just, like you said, asking your athletes? How exactly do you know what works and what doesn't, or does it depend on the person?
It's all research driven. Like everything I've applied, I have tested on myself because if I feel like trash, my fighter's gonna feel like trash. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna toss that out from the program. It's not gonna work. But I do a lot of extensive research. This is all literature. This is all research driven results coming from NBA players, MBL players, NFL players. Like this is all research you can find in journals of medicine. And it's all proven. It has all the data. Everything is laboratory tested, albeit some of the research cannot be applied to a fighter, but we have to take in mind, especially when you look at research to do strength and conditioning for a fighter, what's a punch coming from? Rotation. Okay, where's the rotation coming from? From the hip and the core and the legs. Okay, what sports relative to that? Baseball, NBA, basketball, shooting, expression of power. All right, NFL. Let's do some research on NFL. How did those guys, these are like 280-pound guys just running like insane speeds on a 40-yard dash. Okay, how did they do it, and how can I transfer that to a fighter? So everything is pretty much research based. So I study almost every night to make sure I keep up with it because science is always evolving too, along with the fighters. So it's my responsibility to keep up with that and apply it. But I test it out myself first, make sure it's proven through literature, and yeah, I start applying.
It helps that you're in shape, right?
Yeah, it does
Because
help too.
A lot
Yeah.
of these physical conditioning trainers, it's just like really good.
You
Like,
ever, you ever heard of the dog whisperer? He's the athlete whisperer. Seriously.
Are you a basketball fan?
I watch basketball. I'm mostly in love with combat sports, but I watch all sports. Yeah.
Have you been watching the Michael Jordan documentary?
I have, and I do want to catch up with that one, but I did hear about it.
So one of the things they talked about when he went to play baseball, how they had to like reconstruct his body, basically work out different parts of the body. And when he came back to basketball, he was struggling a little bit because his muscles were different. Is that accurate? An accurate thing?
I saw some literature via Instagram on quotations from the documentary. Just from your question itself, yes, like how you train a baseball player wouldn't be necessarily how you would train an elite basketball player. So there's going to be some cross training there, and with cross training, there's going to be some interference. So
Because
really,
most people are like, nah, whatever. That's just an excuse,
right?
right?
But we have to. Maybe MJ was getting a bit too old because he was just hitting that plateau. Because we have to remember that an athlete has mileage on them. So okay, MJ's been like a basketball player all his life, and he's accumulated hundreds and thousands of miles on his body as a basketball player. Now he just changed up everything and shocked everything, trying to take out the engine, put a new engine in a body that's already been ran. It's not going to be the best results,
Who
really.
else did that? Bo Jackson, right?
Bo
What was it?
Jackson,
Yeah.
great
Yeah.
athlete.
Track and field, baseball, and football.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's great.
Back in the 80s.
Yeah. So where can people? How can they contact you? Where do you guys train? Where can they find you?
We're still training, and we're still running camps. They can contact me through Instagram. It's _Elite Smith, and you can just DM me from there. If anyone has like questions regarding like nutrition to exercise science, it doesn't have to be, oh Andy, I want to hire you for a camp. It's just if you have a question, just shoot me a DM, and I'll do my best to answer you in a timely manner. My apologies if I message you at like 2 a.m. because I'm done training everybody like.
Okay, I'm up at 5 to run these kids, and he's still online. I'm thinking, okay, I'm putting the owls asleep. You're putting the owls asleep. I'm slapping the rooster. So, what are you doing up, Andy? He's like, I'm studying. I figured that one.
I'm sure a strength and conditioning routine is different for a 17-year-old, say for a 26-year-old. What does a routine look like for our boy here?
For a 17-year-old, we have to understand the fact that his years in training isn't very high versus like a 26-year-old. A 26-year-old probably dabbled in like, oh, I did some deadlifts, I did some stuff with my prior strength and conditioning coach. Someone that's 16, 17, 18 years old, we have to just really observe them and just assume the fact that they're sort of new within the field. So we do what we call a GPP, more general physical preparation work, making sure that bone structure, tendon structure, muscle tissue, it's all refined. We want to make sure it's capable of handling shock because of the fact that the biggest thing for us as coaches, we don't want to hurt our fighters because their whole body is their career. So if I blow out his knee, that's completely my fault. And yeah, that's just a big no-no in our field.
And there goes your career too.
Exactly. Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
So we always take the precautions. And so for a 17-year-old, yeah, we just go through like more general physical preparation type stuff, more like light training work, introducing and educating on proper movements. When along with the movements, making a little bit specific, like mobilization, making sure their ankle, their hips, their knees is moving around into good degrees because this dude's boxing every day. So I want to make sure that he's mobile.
Yeah. Before we get to some other questions, let's go to some questions, comments here. Evevio Lopez, Alan, mom loves you, my boy. He asked, Alan, can you send a kiss for mom? See you home. Oh, there you go. You guys got to put him on the spot. On national television. Unbelievable, you guys. All right. Yeah, man. Alan, for you. And Andy, we got to get you back on the show sometime because this is interesting. I have like 1,000 questions for you, and I'm sure people do as well, right? But Alan, how has training with Andy been different for you in your, career as a boxer, as an amateur boxer, as an athlete, just in general?
Training with Andy I've definitely seen the results, and we've definitely seen the results. I came to, Los Angeles just as I wasn't scrawny, but like I wasn't very muscular either. From the very first day that I started training with Andy.
But you're being modest because I saw some of the older pictures. Like you were pretty like in shape.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I was in shape, but like I wasn't as strong as I am now.
You weren't Andy strong.
Yeah, well, exactly. There we go. That's the new one. Now I'm elite strong.
Pound for pound strong.
But yeah, I can definitely tell that I'm stronger. I can definitely tell that my reflexes are quicker. I've worked out. After workouts, I've been sore in different places that I've never been sore before in my life, and so so it's definitely different. He's helped, and he's still helping. My body, I've seen my body change. I've seen myself get strong. At one point, I was at 160, and I was working with Andy, and I was like kind of looking big.
Gee, what did you do?
I was mad. I was mad.
But we went to Mexico, and everything out there is organic, and was eating clean and lost weight. Now I'm down in the 140s. But yeah, he's like, with him, I can definitely see the results, and I'm proud to say, Andy's my strength and conditioning coach. He's also my teammate, and he's also like a big brother to me. And so, yeah, like working with him, it makes me happy when I can see the results getting produced. Like when I can feel the difference. Like if I can see the difference and I can feel the difference, then it makes me happy because I'm like, at least, like, because it's hard working out twice a day sometimes for 2 hours strength and conditioning. At least I know that it's paying off, and he makes it fun, but at least I know it's paying off and that it's worth it. And when it boosts my confidence up a little bit, I'm like, hey, my little 8-pack's coming back. What's up? I'll be in the mirror like this.
That's how he walks in the gyms, really.
Nah, bro, yeah, I feel you because we work out and then we look at the mirror, see no muscles, and we quit.
Got like a pull up there, and it's like, man, you're doing this all week, nothing.
But yeah, no, he's definitely, yeah.
If you had to describe Andy to somebody that like wants to get into that, wants to hire him, what would you tell that person about Andy?
I would tell that person, Andy definitely knows what he's doing. He knows more about muscles and bones than anyone I know. And you tell him what sport you want to go into and what your goals are, because goals are, you got to be specific with your goals. And he'll be like, okay, and he's going to apply this workout. He's going to apply, his knowledge into helping you become the better athlete, the better version of yourself. That way you can be successful, because I know he likes it when, like, if we do really good in sparring. I know he likes it because he knows that, he's
His
helped
work.
produce. Yeah, like his work is paying off, and he likes seeing when I feel good, when my team feels good. It makes him happy too. So, if you want to hit Andy up, he definitely knows what he's doing. You'll feel the difference within 3 weeks, 2 weeks. Just 6 sessions. It's definitely worth it. He's a character. He's really funny sometimes. But
Y'all need to stop playing with your careers and get with Andy.
exactly, just what she said.
He's
Yeah,
still training world champions, so.
and man, you're in great hands. You have a great trainer, great physical conditioner, right? Professionals. And
Great chef. Oh
yeah,
yeah.
chef. That's where I was going.
Get my spirit.
Sparring with guys like Ryan Garcia, man. So when is that pro debut coming?
We're shooting for July.
July.
Yeah, that's our plan. The first day he came in and I sat him down and I asked him, what his thoughts were, and this is the plan I have. These are my thoughts, and this is what we're gonna do. And if you're willing to, everything that you learned about boxing, you need to just clear your mind and look straight ahead. Look straight ahead now, because it's a whole different game. And right, he was eager to I want to turn pro right away. I said, no. We're not doing that. So we did see a few of people we know in the amateur scene for quite a few years since they were kids. They went and did their pro debut in Mexico. They all lost. They all lost, well, except for one. And that was a perfect example. I didn't want to see that happen, but I looked at him and he was watching the fights with me because they're his friends as well. And so that's what happens when you're not ready. You need a good 5 to 6 months to make that transition. It's not easy. See, the easy thing with him is it's easy to teach him and turn him into a pro, the pro mentality. The hardest thing is his mentality because he's still young, so I have to be careful. He has to stay grounded, which he is a very good kid. His mom raised him well and his dad, so good kid.
And he
But-
speaks good Spanish.
Eso también. And he likes tacos, so it's good. He eats all my food, so that's even better. So yeah, so just teaching him the pro style is very easy, but teaching him how to be, the man in the sport and have that confidence and to think like a man. There's been times where we've been hit, pretty hard, and I said, now you got to go and you know what you got to do. He's like, yeah. I said, you got to finish just like a man. Show them that you're here not to play with them, that you have to be confident as well and trust your team. Trust the work Andy's put in you. Trust what I'm doing. And you're going to see, you're going to rise to the top fast.
You said that you watch a lot of old school boxing. What are some trainers or some mentors that you look up to that you're like, oh, I like this trainer. I like his mentality, what he brings to the game, what he brought to the game, and how do you apply that to your own?
Wow. That, let me see. First of all, you guys do know I come from a fighting family. And being the family that my family is, they're great. They're legends, but they're also great teachers. I've learned a lot from them, and 80% of what I know is from them. Also, too, I'm going to say it now, my ex-husband, Rodrigo Mosquera, he was a great trainer. He still is one of the greatest trainers in there, and respects to him. I did learn a lot. Not everything I know, but I did throughout the years working with world champions with him and stuff, and a lot of me owning my own gym for 16 years and him owning his gym, and so I did, I do acknowledge that he's a very great trainer. I also like Freddie Roach, very smart, very knowledgeable, and a lot of people may not agree with that, but I mean, he still knows what he's doing. He's still making world champions out there, so he's doing something right. He's first getting the trust of his fighters, and they believe in him and his style and his system. So, I mean, I really look up to him. Also, too, there's another trainer out there that I've always liked, which is Robert Alcazar.
Oh, okay.
I like his style. I actually had John Zepeda. Yeah, I like his style as well, and he trained many people too. So yeah, those are a couple of trainers that I do look at to follow, and I like their style. I have my own style though.
Oh,
Yes.
All right, let's go to some YouTube comments. Damien Don Juan says, what weight training does Alan do? Kind of talked about that a little bit, right? What was if you were to describe your workout, how would that sound for the people who've never seen you train?
We'll put it this way. Some days I work upper body, some days I work lower body, some days we work certain muscles, other days we work, just different stuff. It's a variety, so I never get bored, and it's Coach Andy puts it into different phases. But I don't know. I can't really say because
It's a
the-
secret, guys.
no, it's like we do a lot of stuff. We do a lot of stuff. Like the other day, they had me, military pressing a freaking. What was it?
It's a bar made out of bamboo.
Yeah,
It resistance, man. The thing shaked like crazy.
with
It's
weights
called an
hanging.
earthquake bar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was hard to lift
Balance.
that thing, and I was like falling forward and all over the place. But I felt it today in my arms. I'm like, dang, I'm sore. But yeah, it's just it's a different variety. So like, there's phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. I don't know. I can't really get
How many
into it.
phases is there, coach?
3 phases.
3 phases.
Three
I asked him to make this kid explosive and fast
Okay.
and strong. And that's what he's doing.
I would figure that would make your job a lot easier, right? So
Oh.
you just focus on the hands,
The
right?
technical aspect,
And the
yeah.
mental aspect.
Yes. When I first met Andy, when I brought Roxy to him, she was moving up from 114 pounds, 119 pounds to 125 to qualify for the Olympic trials or the qualifiers. And I came to Andy and he accepted her right away. Said, "When can you start?" And I said, "Yesterday." He said, "Okay, come on." So we started with him and he said, "What do you need from me?" And I followed his program. I believed in him because, like I said, he was someone new, something new in my life. In my daughter's life, I told him, "We need you. We need you. We can't keep doing the same thing. We have to, explode in this sport." So when the time came closer out in a year, I said, "Okay, look it. Now I need her explosive, but I need her strong." And he packed some muscle on her. I never thought I'd seen it. She had muscles coming out of her neck, and she was explosive, stopping everyone. So, I mean, he has different styles or different. It's what you need from him. He inputs in the athlete.
Like I said, the goals.
Yeah, and so it's made my job easy because I just take him to run in the morning, and then I feed him, and then I train him with Roxy as well. And 2 hours of the day, they go with him. And it's like I get to sit and just drink my milkshake or whatever my arm. Yeah.
All right, so Dylan Campbell, he says, respect from New Zealand. He said, flex on these dudes, bro.
Thanks.
Isabel Ramirez, hey, from Wichita, Alan, we miss you. A lot of shout outs from all over the
Those
country.
are my cousins. Shout out to you guys for always supporting.
Question from Sean for Andy. Why do you think boxing is so resistant to strength and conditioning, considering it's a proven and valuable part of other major sports?
Good
So
question.
why are people, why do they resist? Why do they say, let's keep it old school, hit the bag, run some laps?
Just in my humble opinion, I think it's more it's a fear of change because we've seen boxing is one of the oldest sports in mankind, like hand-to-hand combat. So we have respectable coaches that it's an idealism, dogmatic, whatever you want to call it. It's just the fact that it's always worked for thousands of years. Why do we need to change it? Why do we need to reinvent the wheel? And it's just that fear of change. And two, I believe it's also something of, I believe they don't want to be challenged too. But for myself and all strength and conditioning coaches that are entering the field of combat sports, we're not here to challenge any of the head coaches. I have the utmost respect for Coach Gloria. It's like I tell all my apprentices, everyone that studies under me, it's like, if you respect me, then I expect you to respect the head coach 20 times more, because that's just how it should be. Because my part in the industry of combat sports is just a small part. I completely respect boxing and mixed martial arts too, because I have a UFC fighter also under my belt, a Bellator fighter. But I respect the skill set. My regimen should never get in the way of the skill set, ever. If she comes to me one day and tells me Alan was tired and way too sore from the strength and conditioning, that's my fault. And I need to change something really, really fast, because that's disappointing to myself that I affected the skill work. So that's our position and place in the whole combat sports field. So we're never in a position where we're trying to overtake the head coaches. And I feel like it's just head coaches now, they just like, it's like a modernized coach trying to come in. They feel like they're trying to take my fighter, and we're not trying to do that. We're trying to just, someone like myself, we're passionate. I love fighting. I grew up with fighting, and I just enjoy watching. I enjoy seeing Alan just be happy in the ring.
Nice. So, what are some names that have worked under you or have worked with you in boxing?
He needs a whole show to himself for that one.
Give us the biggest names. What I'm trying to
Just
say.
a few.
Leo Santa Cruz, Jaime Munguia, David Benavides, Andy Ruiz. Let me see.
Isabella.
Jose Cepeda, top contender. Jose Chon Cepeda.
Right on, Roxy.
Right, Roxy.
I was waiting, no, that's the main event. What about the other one, he fought for world title, he just recently lost,
The little guy?
Gancho?
okay.
Gancho?
No.
There's just like a lot of fighters.
Yeah, he's
They have
got
so
too
many.
many.
Yeah.
Right hook Roxy's the main, everyone should know that name.
I think I know who you're referring to.
Yeah.
But,
But I've
Yes.
worked with a lot of fighters.
Yeah.
so how
Oh,
given
wait,
that
I'm
resist-
sorry.
Yeah, you go ahead.
Anthony Herrera just made the Olympic team.
Anthony Herrera, yes.
Okay. So given that resistance that you may see in the boxing world, how did you get deep into it? Because you're naming all these big names. How did your break come about?
Quite honestly, I just worked really hard and I stayed humble. I was blessed with Leo Santa Cruz coming in when he was a 2-division world champion, and I acquired him for camp for the first Abner Mares fight. That
And he was one of the ones, right, that would say he would get tired.
Mhm,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, he's like there was a concern that it's like Abner Mares is gonna smother him and it's just too much work. It's gonna be too much for Leo. Okay, we gotta make sure that Leo's prepared to make a statement on this fight, and yeah, he definitely did on that fight.
Yeah.
But it's just staying humble. It's like I said, there's how I just said it with Gloria and every head coach. I know my position. I've known my position since I started this venture into combat sports. It's like I know I'm not a necessary, but I am definitely a good leisure. I'm a benefit. I'm not a necessary. I know that. I always remind myself I am not a necessary in combat sports, but I'm a very good benefit if I am added to any sort of team.
Yeah.
I was
So
going to call it a compliment to
Compliment.
no, a compliment to the skill already.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah, so that I just keeping myself humble, and I guess that just paid dividends, and people saw that okay, this is a guy that's not trying to steal fighters; he's just trying to help. So yeah, I got
All right,
blessed.
we got some more shout outs from Lisa's, Kansas, from Ian.
Get the whole pueblo watching.
Kansas.
Yeah, and that's my dude. He's very good at dancing.
That's very good.
Me and my friends, we go hit the bailes together. Hey, get your tickets because we're going. We're gonna take out.
I think he sent you a text message like, tell him I'm good at dancing. I mean, one of the all-time great fighters is Floyd Mayweather. He's maybe one of the first that put in the forefront how important conditioning is, and he's still doing it now. Well, in his late 30s. How deep in your career do you want to keep fighting, bro? Like, if you had to say, I want to keep fighting until this age, and Andy, you can chime in and say how long you keep fighting. If he, of course, there's a lot of variables, but if you keep that conditioning throughout his career, how late in the game can he stay in?
For the way my body looks after starting strength and conditioning with Andy at the age of 17, I think I want to keep fighting until I'm 40, maybe beyond, but it's all just a matter of time and speak like I can't speak too soon because I don't know, what my future holds for me. But as of right now, I'm just doing everything that I can with what I'm giving in the moment. But if it was up to me, I'd fight till I'm 40. So.
I mean,
He's just like,
I gotta start training for I'm 80.
I mean, from my perspective as a coach, I just have to respect my fighter's wishes. If he wants to fight until he's 40, then it's my job to make sure he's at the elite level, even at 40. It's like that's my job. No matter what the age, doesn't matter. It's my job to keep him at the elite level.
Because Elite Smith, baby.
There you go. Man, we're about an hour and a half in. We'll go like 5-10 more minutes. Is that cool? Man, it's a lot to talk about. A lot of questions still. We would love to have you guys back someday. Who knows? But yeah, whenever you guys lot of interesting stuff.
Yeah.
Right? You have any last questions, Chris?
What are some of the short-term goals that you guys want from, let's say, from here into 5 years? What's something that you guys want? Where do you guys want to have him? How many fights in? How many? Where do you guys want to fight? Whether it's here in the States, in Mexico, like what are some of those short-term goals?
Well, we have a couple of people that do have their eyes open for this kid. I mean, he's definitely made a name for himself in Los Angeles, East Los Angeles. In fact, a lot of the main gyms and people are looking and like, wow, who is this kid? They see me walking in with him. A lot of people think I'm his mommy, and they sit there, they see us working. They're like, oh shoot, that's his trainer. And then, yeah, and then he makes a statement like he does. So, I told him, you know, like we're gonna take our time. We're gonna fight in July, and that's our goal. And get a couple fights, and I say before the year's over, about 3 fights. When he's 18, then we fight him here in the States. He can't fight in Los Angeles or California. He could fight in Las Vegas, I believe. So wherever they get us to fight, you know, I was thinking, you know, Mexico, maybe Guadalajara, maybe Colima, maybe, you know, I don't want to go to Tijuana, but if it's that way, or if they take us to Vegas, then we'll see. You know, right now, everything just screwed up because we had a couple of people who are just willing to come and see him and watch him. But all this stuff happening, so I kind of had to train him, you know, in the shade, you know, by ourselves. And so in about, 3 years, I mean, I want to have him with at least 15 to 20 fights, you know, and then by his 25th fight, a world title. It's just like everybody else's goal. That's how it works. At least.
What about you, Alan? Short-term goals.
Within 5 years, I want to be on a boxeo Wheaties doing a Gatorade commercial. Realistically, I want to make a statement at a very young age, and I want to be one of those very few people that people are like, wow, like this kid started at this age, and you know he's progressing very well. And my job, I feel like my job is also not just for me to, you know, obviously box and stuff, but to bring attention to my coach, to bring attention to my team, my strength and conditioning coach, you know, get more people behind us. I just want to be world champion. Multiple divisions, I want to win. I love winning. I hate losing. I don't know anybody who likes losing, but yeah, within 5 years, I want to be a world champion. I want to have a lot of fights. I want to fight some of the best. Not some of the best. I want to fight the best. I want to fight anyone out there. But, yeah.
Yeah, and then one other question, too, that Chris actually asked Ryan Garcia at his last press conference when he fought on Valentine's Day. He asked, what's your message to the youth? You know, because you guys do, whether you realize it or not, a lot of kids do look up to you guys like yourself. You're already in great company, right? And then they see you in pictures with Ryan, and you know, a lot of kids see that and they look up to you guys. So what message would you give to those kids, you know, looking up to you?
I say keep working hard. Don't let anybody tell you that it's not possible. I've had many people that didn't believe me, that I wasn't going to make it out of Kansas. But the way my mind works, I create my own reality. I speak my own reality into existence. Don't let nobody tell you what you can and can't do. You can do anything you set your mind to, but if you're going to do something, you got to do it 100%, you know, no slacking off. It's all about how bad you really want it, you know. Yeah, pretty much just keep working, set goals, find out how to make those goals a reality, and set forth to starting a process to achieve your goals.
That's definitely very good, man. And some last questions and comments here. Dylan Campbell, respect once again from New Zealand, bro. Run those checks up, my dude. Earning some fans here, my man. All right. Thanks for all the support for my son.
Yeah, shout out to my mom. She's always been one of my biggest supporters. There's been times where she's told me like, you know, like whenever I go visit her, she'll hug me. She'll be like, "Are you sure you still want to box?" And I look at her with my fuchi face. I'm like, "What?" She's like, "Are you sure you still want to box?" I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "But they hit you." I hit them back. Yeah, my mom. She's definitely one of my biggest supporters.
That's a sweet woman.
Her, my dad, my siblings. It was hard. It was hard leaving Kansas and coming over here, by myself. But um, I want to become a world champion, and I didn't have all the tools I needed to be, because nobody pays attention to Kansas fighters. Like, look at Victor, look at Brandon. They've all come out to LA, and what do? They became very well-known fighters. They made a mark in boxing. They'll go down in boxing history. So I think that also helped me mature, moving out here to LA at 17 years old, and leaving behind my family. Family's all I've ever known, and Mama G could tell you, like, I really do stick up for my family. Like, there's a lot of stories out there. I stick up for my family. I work for mines, and I'm going to give my family everything, because we get it out the mud. I'm from Dirt, Kansas. We don't get nothing
I
handed
call
to
him the
us.
dirt kid. The kid
Yeah.
with the dirt.
I was 15, 14 working in the field. Why? Just because I wanted to have money and be able to give my mom some money too. So, yeah, it really helped me. It shaped me into the person I am today. But it'll all be worth it in the end. And yeah, God bless my family. God bless all my supporters and friends. I know we may not talk every day, but all my friends, I still think about you guys constantly. You guys will always hold a place in my heart. But stay tuned, because I'm gonna be world champion.
Nice.
I hear all the stories. I know all his friends. I know all their stories.
Yeah.
All right, some last comments here. You say, let's see. All right. Mayweather's dad told Allen nobody makes it out of Kansas.
Oh. Yeah, they kind of put him on the spot. But yeah, this is a true story. I did go to meet. I went to the Mayweather boxing gym, and Floyd Senior told me he seen me shadow boxing. He's like, oh, where you from? Or no, he asked me my name and stuff, and I told him, and I was like, hey, can we get a picture? We got a picture, and then he told me, he's like, where you from? And I was like, I'm from Kansas, and he was all like he threw his head up. He's like, ain't nobody make it out of Kansas, and and I just sat there, and I was like, I ended up winning that. I fought 3-4 times that tournament. I beat all the West Coast fighters, and we were gonna go back to the gym, pull up with the belt, and tell them, hey, look, we just won this tournament, beating all
We
West
just
Coast
made it out of
fighters.
Kansas.
But I love the haters.
Mhm.
Haters are my motivators.
Yeah. Nice.
So it ain't nothing new. I've had haters all my life. Even when I started boxing at the age of 8, I had, till this day, I got grown people that hate on me.
Mhm.
It is nothing. It's just fuel to our fire. I brush it off,
Yeah.
little
Nice.
smile, and keep working.
We were just talking about that before the show, right, Gio? Like, it doesn't matter if you have fans or haters, as long as they're paying. As long as they're paying.
Yeah,
Right?
that's what I told him. I was like, I don't see bad exposure, and I don't see good exposure. So exposure is exposure. They gonna watch you one way or another, whether they hating or whether they're fans.
At this
They're
point, they're not
watching.
even haters. They're just wishers. They wish they could be like you,
No.
right?
Yeah, we talk about that a lot, because we have a lot of young fighters on our show, and then sometimes we're like, you know what? If he was like a little meaner and just embraced that villain role, or if this guy embraced that good guy role, like it's like marketing, right? It's a business. Your
Yeah.
brand, so it can take you a long way, definitely. Whatever role you embrace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just a cool dude from Dirt, Kansas.
The dirt kid, the kid for the dirt.
You call him the dirt kid?
I call him the dirt
What,
kid.
do you have a nickname? Is there a nickname that you want to, that you're thinking about? Or what are some names that you
A
can
couple came up, but at the end of the day, he's just like, nah, that's not.
He's like, nah.
Yeah, Roxy ruined that for me. So.
Well, we're just gonna wait till I get in the ring and show people what these hands can do.
We just call him Ryan Garcia, the dirt kid.
I'm Alan Garcia from Kansas. Alan Ezequiel Garcia from Kansas. I like to dance. I don't know. We'll see whatever pops up. But as of right now, I'm not really focused.
Now
on
we
the
just
name.
call him Pochito for right now. Pocho.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's one last comment here that they keep telling me to read. He said, "Watch out for the thotties out there, bro."
Oh, my
They
goodness.
straight up. I know. Yeah, but they already told you. Right? They already warned you.
Yeah, we're not focused on females. Like I said earlier, I'm not focused on dating. there will be fans in the future with the way like they said, I'm a very marketable kid. Like not to toot my own horn or nothing. I don't think like of myself like that, but I know I'm a good looking kid, and I've already had older women like message me and stuff. They try to
Don't worry, Mom. I got rid of them. Yeah, your mom's watching.
They try
They
to
got to
hit-
get through me first.
Yeah,
so
they
don't
try
worry.
to hit me up, and I make sure I tell them, I'm 17.
Oh.
And then there's those very few. They're like, you'll be 18 soon or something. Like, yeah, no,
It's like you can't get on this limo. Huh.
yeah, it's cause people they see the people I'm around now. I've even had people go off on me from Kansas cause I unfollowed them just because their negative energy or the stuff that they post, and I'm just like, yeah, I don't need that. And they post, someone makes it to California and thinks they're all this, and I'm just like,
Especially if we take his phone away from him when we're at the gym. So. we
Oh,
have to
yeah, no,
focus
I
on
don't-
that. That's our number one rule.
yeah, not to be on that.
Stays in the gym bag, but his gym bag's always.
Yeah, it's
going
constantly
off.
going off.
He's up hitting the bag looking over.
Yeah.
What's maybe something about Alan that maybe a lot of the public doesn't know? What's something like they wouldn't know. You can answer this too.
He's a funny kid. So funny. He's always He's always making jokes, or he's always tricking me into something. He's a funny kid. He's a good
He's a
kid.
magician too, right?
Can I show
Yeah,
you
you
something?
gotta
real
quit.
quick?
We need a
All right.
glass.
Okay.
I'm gonna show
Okay.
you
I've
something.
seen it already.
Ah.
I haven't seen it.
They watch
All right,
us.
ready? All right, so with 3 fingers, I'm gonna put this upside down. Okay, I'm gonna make the water bottle go upside down without dropping any water.
Okay.
Okay, I'm not gonna drop no water. Let me move this just in case I do. Okay, so I'm gonna put it upside down. Okay.
Don't let it wet your phone.
Yeah. Ready? Upside down.
Nice.
Yeah, those are one of the few ones I pulled.
I was like, okay.
He was waiting for it. But, yeah,
He did that to me in Mexico, at 7 in the morning.
I woke up on
His
cheek
eyes
pad
were
and
swollen.
I woke up and I was like, I told her what I was gonna do, and I was like, and she was all waiting for it. She pulled out her camera and everything, and I was like,
Hey, you got
upside
Ryan going
down. Yeah, I even got Ryan and go with it. It took him a split second. He's like,
He's like,
oh. But yeah, I love jokes.
He loves jokes and he likes to dress neat. He's very neat. Everything's got to be perfect. His shoes with everything's got to match. And
Sneakerhead.
it's hard for me to kind of change his style, but I say you need to wear this, and he's like, oh, I don't want. You need to dress like this now, and yeah. So he follows everything. He's easy to deal with. He's not a hard kid to deal with. Am I right? It's very easy. Very easy kid. Yeah.
What are some of your favorite sneakers? Now that you mentioned it.
Oh man, the
Expensive
Jordan
taste.
3s, the 7s, definitely the 11s. I like custom Air Forces. Air Force Ones. You can never go wrong with Air Force Ones. One shoe that I gotta bring this up, but I really, really don't like are the foam sights. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, those ones are just ugly, but
Yeah,
yeah,
they're comfortable.
yeah. I really love Jordans.
It's
I love
crazy. He never got
slides.
to watch Jordan.
oh, you never did?
Jordan retired
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. 17. Yeah.
before.
Yeah.
I know,
It's
but those are my favorite shoes out there. The Jordan. Oh, and I like Yeezys. Yeezys 500, the 350s.
All right.
Yeah, he's expensive.
Those are good looking shoes.
Another thing too,
I like
a
that.
lot of people don't know about him. He's a natural lefty.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in case you haven't noticed, I've
Yeah,
been
so-
grabbing the water with my left hand. Yeah, I'm a
Natural
lefty,
lefty.
but I fight.
When I felt his
You
power when he's
orthodox?
met, I looked at him, I said, what hand do you? He goes, what are you? He's like, "Good." I said, "'Cause I fight right." I said, what hand do you write with? He says, my left. I said, I knew it. I knew it. The minute I felt his left hand, I said, what do you write with? Yeah, you're lefty, right?
Yeah,
Felt the power.
we're at the UFC gym.
Some de la olla coto type of stuff.
Yeah.
Those left hand body shots dig real deep. So
You want to test it?
We could do it afterwards. Yeah. We have a little bag. We got some gloves. I don't know if you guys saw it out there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so we'll
Okay.
test them out.
Perfect.
Like if we took shots from right now, I was like,
You
Me-
gotta
me and
take
Joe-
a,
me
then
and
you gotta
Joe
take a
flip
right
a
hook from
coin.
Roxy too now.
Oh,
She's
that's
gonna be
right.
jealous. She's gonna want you to take a right hook.
Let's agree. I'll take his and you take Roxy shots. Cool.
Man. All right. We'll do it for the show.
We're good.
Just for the show.
All right. Where can people find you guys?
Instagram now.
It's a new
Her,
one, huh?
her
Oh, I
Instagram
just
now.
changed
I
the
think it
name.
was on the screen here, right? You put it up. 'Cause, Mama.G02.
He changed it from.
Yeah, hold on, let me look it up real quick. But do you want to tell them yours?
Oh,
Yes.
once again, the period Elite Smith. You can find me that on IG.
And hers is mama.go2. And then mama, MOMMA, and then GEE. You can find me on Instagram at he's xxallen with 2 N's. My Snapchat is _Allen. And my Facebook is Alan Garcia. So if anyone ever wants to reach out, or if you guys have any questions at all for me or my team, feel free to hit my inbox, hit my DMs. I'll answer right away.
Unless you're an older woman.
Yeah.
Oh my
yeah.
God, his mom is watching. Mom, I got this. Okay? Nobody is gonna be talking to your son that is
Notice.
not close to his age.
Nice. All right, Manny. What's a final message you guys want to tell Alan right here, like in person, what he means to you, having him as a fighter, you know?
He's gonna watch this in 10 years.
Yeah.
Oh man, I drill him every day, right? Every day. I don't think there's a day that passes I'm not in his ears, like in front of his face, telling him that you're gonna be great. Just pay attention and be patient, and be wise, and just take your team with you every time you get in that ring. We go in the ring as a team. It's not just me and not just you. It's not just you or just you, Andy, and me. The whole team. Erica, shout out to Erica too, and Mark. They're the missing link here as well. They're awesome. He also trains with Andy with him, and he helps Alan too, Mark, and Erica as well. She's the nutritionist, and she does. If I'm not there, she's there. So yeah, I just wanted to make sure that got out there. But yeah, no, he's gonna be great. I tell him all the time, you're gonna be a world champion. You got what it takes, and I don't just tell anyone that. So he'll tell you.
I remember the day that Gloria called me, and I'll remind you, she called me and says, Andy, it's like, I have like this request, huge request. I'm like, yeah, what's going on? And he was like, I have this kid. And he was like, and you know me. This is Gloria talking. You know me. I'm not just going to call you randomly, coach, and let you know about any random kid. This is a special kid. I'm like, okay, you have my attention, because Gloria is as I said, I respect Gloria's decisions, and especially her observations in boxing. It's like, this kid is going to be amazing. He's going to be a world champion. He's like, trust me, Andy. And I'm like, yeah, absolutely. Because I trust you. And I got on a connected phone call with Alan, introduced myself to me. And at that moment, I just trusted Gloria. And as I got to know Alan, yeah, I see it, man. You're going to be a world champion one day. You have the character, personality, and ability.
Thank you.
Hey, just go through some last comments here. You guys keep hackling us over here in the comment section, man. I'll shout you guys out. Don't worry. Dylan, man, our boy, he's been holding it down on the comment section from New Zealand. Shout out to you guys. He said, don't wear the black high top Air Force Ones, especially comboed with the white beater.
Pictures.
Wait, no.
No, they got gold on.
We got you.
There's a lows though. There's a lows. We coolin'.
They know something I don't.
I just got the rundown from Rocky. She told me what those mean. So.
Hey, man, y'all playing over here. All right, man. Thank you guys for joining us, man. Really appreciate it. We'd love to have you guys back, like we said. So like an hour 40 in. Hour 50, actually. Dang. All right, man. Chris, any
Having too much fun.
any
Time
last
flies.
messages, Chris?
No, everybody that's tuning in, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for supporting your fighter. He's a great kid. It was a pleasure having you guys on, having him on, meeting him. I see what you guys mean when you say that there's somebody special, not just from what we've seen of your close fighting, but the way you think. You are very marketable. You have a great team around you. Meeting Miss Gloria, hearing about Mr. Andy. So just keep going, bro. We're here to support you. It's been one of our best favorite podcasts thus far. So thank you, bro.
Thank you guys so much for having us, and I want to shoot a quick message to everybody. Like I said, don't let anyone tell you what you can and can't do. You set your own expectations, you set your own reality, and you speak your reality into existence. I want to give a big shout out to all my fans and friends and family who've been supporting me from home. I know I'm not there, but you guys are still holding it down, still taking care of my siblings for me. Shout out to my pops. Shout out to my mom. I love you guys so much. Your son's gonna be a world champion.
That's right.
And big shout out to my coaches, cause to the top we go.
There you go.
Very good. Couldn't have said it better, man. This was episode 86. Thank you guys once again for joining us, and thank you guys for tuning in live on the YouTube. Make sure to subscribe, follow us at AgainstDaropes on our favorite social network platforms. Thank you guys, man, for tuning in. I wish I could shout all you guys out, but we gotta bounce, right, Chris?
Yeah.
Thank you guys. Do a little outro for us. Say something nice to the fans before we get out of here.
Just keep working. Live your life the way you want to live it. Live your life. If you believe in God, pray to God. Ask Him to take care of you. God is a big factor in my life. Just try to see the light in every dark situation, and always remember that there's rain before the rainbow. So keep your guys' head up and keep fighting.
Thank you very much. We are.
Michael, you already know what's up.
That was long.
That was good. You got warm in here, huh?
Oh, yeah.
We're all shiny and shit.
We got RL food.
I was all feeling the
Oh, yeah.
sweat. Thank you against me and stuff.
I think you're low. It's like.
Okay.
Mine is, let's box, bitches. It's almost fight night.
Shout out to Against the Ropes. Thank you for the support. Keep doing your thing. You're doing a great job. So thank you and best wishes.
Against the Ropes. Huge shout out to Against the Ropes. Against the Ropes.
Shout out to Against the Ropes. Thank you guys for the interview and hope to see you guys soon.
Against the Ropes, always doing the right thing.
Shout out to Against the Ropes, man. I appreciate you guys for having me, taking the time on y'all day.
Against the Ropes, #1.
Freddie Roach.
Thank you very much.